Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Julie and this is In Stitches with Julie. I've had a flurry of new subscribers. Hello, welcome. I'll just tell you a bit about myself. I'm Julie. I live in South Yorkshire, but I spend most of my time at my holiday home, which this is where I am, on the East Coast. So you will see sort of seasidey things, or if we go out for the day, I'll take you along with me. I've been knitting most of my life. When I worked and the children were little, it went by the wayside. But now me and my husband are retired and we're here, and I've picked it all back up again. I did do a lot of sewing through lockdown, but here we've got two dogs as well, cocker spaniels. Daisy's a baby, she's only 6 months old, and Benji's 8, and he's a bit like Eeyore. He's a bit grumpy and he's a bit ploddy, and so cutting out here was a bit of a problem. Laying the fabric out, cutting out, I always cut out on the floor. So that went by the wayside, and I just took up knitting. I've done some crocheted blankets. I like the Attic 24 ones. I like the crochet alongs, and I've got two of those, one of those on the go, and I've got another knitted blanket on the go, but we'll talk about those on another day. They are on previous vlogs. If through Vlogmas I covered them, so if you want to go back and have a look. So today is all about my plans for 2023. I wasn't going to do a make 9, but then when I've added them up, there's actually 10, so I'm going to include them as a make 9. I have got, before we go into that, I'm all over the place this morning, aren't I? I have got a finished object, and it's this. It's the, I should have got it, shouldn't I? I should have found it. It was my Fair Isle Christmas Eve box, and it's, I've got a big colour work project, and I've never done colour work, so I did the mitts, and I thought this would be a nice, something a little bit bigger. I have blocked it, but to be fair, I never block anything. But this needed it because the edges were curling up, and it still is a little bit. I haven't got any blocking mats or pins or things, so I just did it, and it's fine. It's going to be worn. The only thing I wished I'd have done is when I cast on, that was cast on straight, and it was knit. I knit every row, but then as you turn it over, it makes it a little bit thicker, and then the last rows for casting off, she told you to purl every row, which I have done, but it's thinner, if that makes sense, because that's the back obviously, and that's the front, and it kind of matches because that's what I did in the first place, but it's knit on both sides. And I do wish I'd have done knit purl, and that side is a little bit bigger than that side, but I'm going to wear it that way up. So, and everybody likes the little look on the inside, I think, of Fair Isle. I saw that on somebody else as I keep standing up like that, and that's the inside. So I did have to carry the floats on a little bit of it, but not on loads. So yeah, but I'm quite pleased with that. So that stood me in good stead to make my big jumper. So yeah, I haven't worn it yet either. I'm hoping it's going to match actually. We'll have a look in a bit when I get it out. So yeah, so let's crack on. Oh yeah, I've still got the dreaded socks. They're still here. I've only got 2 pattern repeats to do. And then I've nearly finished. I am going to take part in hashtag crack, have I wrote it down? No. Hashtag crack the whips, or hashtag get I can't remember. I'll find it, and when I edit it, I'll pop them on there. Oh, hang on, my daughter's ringing. Sorry about that. I'd rang her earlier. It was my grandson's 10th birthday yesterday, and yesterday, day before. Anyway, we've not seen them, but I had sent him some money, so just to let her know. So yeah, I can't remember where I were. I'll just mention these again. Nearly finished. I've got two lots of pattern repeats, which is probably 20 rows, and then I'm on the toe. I'm going to finish these today. I'm going to get them off at needles, and as I said in my vlog before, I just haven't enjoyed doing them. That's the pattern, and it's nice. It's a nice pattern. It's an easy pattern. I like the yarn that I've used, but I just not enjoyed doing them. So they'll be off and new cast on this afternoon. So that'll be exciting. So right, plans for 2023. First thing, well, not first thing, because I'm going to make my jumper first thing, but I want to make the weekend slipover by Petite Knits. I'm looking down because I've got everything written down, but I just wished I'd wrote it bigger because I can't see it. I'm going to pop pictures up at the side. I think it's there. Yeah, it's weekend slipover. There's one that's got quite big armholes, and I'm not really keen on that, but I like the split hem, so I am going to look at both of them. And I don't really want a high neck, whereas the weekend slipover, there's a V-necked version. Now, I've had a slipover before. It was a bought one, only cheap, and it kind of went bobbly, but I did wear it a lot, and I used to put it over a shirt or a blouse, so that without bulking yourself up when you're going out and it's being cold, you still look nice because you've got a blouse or a shirt on, and then you've got this slipover on as well. In fact, I've got two slipovers on my Mate 9. So the weekend slipover, the pattern says they used a knitting with olive silk mohair, but it does say an Aran held with lace, or a lace weight together, and I have got some, so I just want it like in a grey or a beige colour might be nice. Just something light, something neutral that'll go with everything, usually with jeans and a top. The second slipover is the Swirl Slipover by Twin Knits, and that's very similar. I think it's got a round neck, can't remember what, no, it's just a round neck, but it's got cabling on the front, and that's really nice. So I think once I've done the weekend slipover, which will be a quick knit, I know I watched Laura Penrose's vlog, and she's made one, and it took her, I don't know if she said a day or 2 days to knit it up. She just kept having a go. Whereas the Swirl Slipover, I think that'll take me a bit longer, and that's knitted in Lima by Drops and Kid Silk by Drops, and they're held together as well. But as I say, it has got cabling in, and again, I'll insert pictures. Oh, there's 3. There's the Highland Slipover by Ozera, and that's Hayley Smedley, and that's knitted up in an Aran weight, and I think that, from what I can remember, I took some I'm looking for my phone and I'm filming on it. From what I can remember, that's just a plain slipover, but again, I think, and that's 3, and I think I need things like that because you can just pop them on. You could have a dressy blouse under it, you could have just a polo neck under it for every day, and it's just an added layer, especially when I'm taking Daisy out. You know, you've got your coat on, and there's nothing worse than having, if you've got a jumper on and I've got a big coat, then your arms being constricted, whereas if you've got a slipover on, you've got the warmth on your back and your chest, but your arms are still free, so that's all right. And that Highland slipover is made in an Aran weight, so I thought I'm only going to do it in a style craft, that one, but the style craft do some like tweedy errands. I'll have a look anyway what other ones they are, but because this, I'll wear it a lot and I don't want to be hand washing everything, whereas that one I think I could just be able to throw it in washing machine, yeah, on a wool wash, but it won't take long. So that's my first 3. I'm not doing these in any order, as I've already said. Number 4 is the painted honeycomb shawl, which I have already got the kit for. Now I got that out yesterday and I was going to cast it on, and there's 2 versions. There's a large honeycomb and a small honeycomb. The small honeycomb, from what I've read, you start off at the narrow part and increase. The large honeycomb, which is the pattern that I got out yesterday, you knit 3 stitches. You have to make an I-cord and then pick up the stitches, so you start off wide but get smaller. So that put me off straight away, because you have to do like, I don't know, nearly 300 rows to start with, whereas the small honeycomb one, you start off smaller. So as I say, I was going to cast that on yesterday and it just put me off, but I've got the kit for it, so I am going to do it, but I'm going to start, I think, something else first. But that I am going to make it, because I've got, as I say, I've got the yarn for it. That was number 4. Number 5, everybody's done it, the Whitmore sweater. I've put the Whitmore sweater, but I would really like to do the Whitmore cardigan. And I've got the Whitmore sweater pattern, and I've just gone on to have a look how much the Whitmore cardigan pattern, well, I went to buy it and it's I think it's £8.50, and I thought, I might do the sweater instead. I have got the yarn for it, and it is a King Cole Galaxy. Now I don't know that you'll be able to see, it has got like little tiny sequins on it. It is classed as a DK double knit, but it's not as thick as some of them, so it's quite fine. But I think that for the Whitmore, which I don't know if can you see it? Oh yeah, that shows it up nice. So it's got little sequins on it. It's lovely, and I've had this ages. It's just been in my stash, and this year is all about using my stash. Unless, well, I'll have to buy for the slipovers, but I don't want to be buying sock yarn and things like that. I want to use what I've got, and I got a lot in my advent calendar. Now the makeup for this, King Cole Galaxy DK, and this is only a 50-gram ball, but I have seen in the Whitmore, I haven't wrote it down, you've got the yardage, which I have got the yardage on here somewhere. Yeah. The makeup of this is 65% acrylic, 31% wool and 4% soft paillette, which I don't know what that is. It has got a slight halo on, little fuzz, and I do like that. I did start a Whitmore before, and I did all the pattern, and I got quite far down and then it weren't big enough, so I unravelled it all, did it again, did all the pattern, and then decided I didn't like the yarn. So yes, but I really like this, so that's what that's going to be. That's going to be a Whitmore. The next one is the Seraph sweater. I've got some patterns now for you, which is that. You've all seen me, I've got the kit for that, and I will be casting that on this afternoon. There's another picture there, and it kind of matches, oh, I don't know, that a little bit. If I've got enough yarn left from this one, I am going to make that again, and the mitts match exactly. So yeah, so that's that, and as I say, I'm casting that on this afternoon after the socks. So, and the Seraph sweater, I know some of you know Alex from My Yarny Corner. She's doing a hashtag test your limits mal. So I'm going to enter that sweater in because, yeah, I've just said I started the Whitmore. I never finished it. I'm gonna make a sweater. That was in my plans for this year, was to make more garments. I'm gonna have the socks just as a sideline because I do like a couple of things started, but I do want to make more garments, and this is what my Make 9 plans are all about. So the Seraph sweater will be entered into that. The rest of them are socks. Well, let me get them in order. Oh, I've not picked one up. Unless I've dropped it. Oh, they're there. Is the, I don't know if it's Anthony or Anthony socks. These are going to be for Rob. I'm doing these in the Sheepy's Tribe. I got this in my advent for Christmas, and I did start him a pair in it and I didn't like them, so I undid them. I just felt that, I thought the colouring, because it's a model, I'll pop a picture in of it. I should have brought it through with me. It needed something else. It was kind of a fade into one another, but when I knitted it up in plain, so I only ever make Rob plain socks, it needed something else, and I have wanted to make these for him, so they'll be nice. And that's the Anthony socks by Twinset and Pearls, and it's part of the Bridgerton. This is Bridgerton season 2 set. I've bought the whole season, rather, because there's a lot of ones that I like in there. I do like their patterns. So that's that. Oh, the winter holiday socks, which are those, and they are by Nicola Furry. I thought it was Furry. Tea Cake and Makes, and I have got the yarn for these as well. These were on my Christmas make list. But I am going to make Christmas socks all year, because you don't wear them through the summer unless you've got your boots on. But I have got plenty of socks for that. So all through the summer, I'm going to make winter socks or Christmas socks. And then when it comes to Christmas, I'm not panicking and wanting to do loads of other things. So that's number 8. Number 9 is a socks, Comfort and Joy by Olivia Variel, and that's those. Now I'm going to change these because I do want to put the holly around the top, but I am going to use the oh, I can't think what it's called now. Oh, you all know what it is. I made some for Rob. Put the name down below. I've got Robin and I've got Gingerbread. Everybody knows what it is. It's a signature 4-ply West Yorkshire Spinners. How could I forget that? So I'm going to do, I've got a lot of contrast colours, so I'm going to do the cuff in a contrast colour. I'm going to do that part, and then that part is going to be the West Yorkshire Spinners pattern. I saw somebody on Instagram do it just before Christmas, and that's why I bought the pattern. So I have got everything apart from the off-white to do that. So I'll have to pick a ball of that up from somewhere. So that was my number 9. And the socks, I mentioned Alex from My Yarny Corner and her make along. Danny, she said, was feeling a little bit left out. So he's got one on the go, and his is hashtag Take It Easy Mal. So when you've done, the idea was that with Alex's, you are testing your limits, you're doing something out of your comfort zone, but then his, in contrast, is something that you can find that's really relaxing. You don't have to think about it, a bit of mindless knitting. So all my socks will be going in there. I think they've got that running till June. I hope that jumper's not going to take me till June. but if it does, it does. I want it right because I've never done it before. So yeah, the socks. So that's Alex's is hashtag test your limits Mal, and Danny's is hashtag take it easy Mal. So I'm going to be entering those. My number 10, just in case I've not got enough with my Make 9s, my finishing my whips, is the Ariana Cardigan. And again, Alex, my yarny corner, she's just one big enabler. She made this. It was absolutely amazing. I loved it. I'm not confident enough to have it as scrappy like she did, but I have seen some yarn in a knitting shop in Hull. I am going to do a vlog on that. It's something in Babe, I want to say Babes in the Wood, but it's not. It's, I'll write it at the bottom. And I saw some, it's like shades of blue, and I think where in between I'm going to do it navy, because I'm not confident enough with all your bright colours. But Alex has just looked fabulous. That Alex crocheted round the edge, where we'll see how it goes. I'm not a great crocheter. I can do a granny square. This has got knitting round the edge. I might do that. But this one is just on the back burner. If I feel confident enough, when I go to do the vlog around the yarn shop, I will buy the wool that I need for that. Alex did hers in a 4-ply, but the pattern does say DK, so I'm going to do mine in a DK. But yeah, it's great that. I've seen loads of different colours, but as I say, I'm just not confident. And if I did make it in that, I wouldn't wear it. But it doesn't mean that you can't appreciate what somebody else has done and think, oh, I love that. And as I say, I loved Alex's, and so I'm gonna, that's on my, if I've got nothing else to do. So I'm gonna keep all these patterns separate in a folder. I was watching Amanda yesterday on Mouse Makes, and she was doing her. I don't know how she finds time. She's got stacks already on, and she did a make. I think hers was make 12. And she's got a folder with everything in, and instead of looking through at new things, she just gonna go to her folder with the new things, with the make whatever it is patterns in it, and just pick something out. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because I do want to use the stash. I've just ordered a new storage unit for mine. I've not got a huge stash, and as I say, I've never knitted sweaters before, so I will need to buy sweater amounts of yarn, but I've got stacks of sock ones, but I do want to separate them. So yeah, so that was my Make 9. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. I'm not very good at putting links down below, but if there's anything that you want to know, just message me and I will give you the details like that. I'm just not very technically minded to do all that. I think you're all really clever to put all sorts in, and show notes and chapters and things like that. I don't know how to do that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm gonna go finish my cup of tea, get those socks off the needles, and get my jumper cast on. So thanks a lot. See you all soon. Bye.